Well, my name is George. Was brought up in Newark, New Jersey, and came from a dysfunctional family. My mother was bipolar and suffered from depression, and my father was an alcoholic who liked to gamble. I don't remember much about my father because he left when I was still a baby. I moved from a lot of locations. My mom was always moving, and she did like to party. Fast forward, I was about 10 years old, and in one of these parties, this man, who was also a family member, would ask her, if he could take me out sometime. Of course, he took me to his house, gave me alcohol at a young age. He did molest me, and it's something that I had to live with for a long, long time. It became shame and guilt, and well, how come I didn't say anything? And it just remained in me. Needless to say, I got into some drugs and still drinking to cover up whatever I was feeling, but that still festered in me. At the age of 18, I was applying for jobs, and I figured that if I went into law enforcement, that would be my way out as well. And eventually, I wound up in the Newark Police Department. Being a police officer, it's a hard job. There's a lot of things to deal with. It's a party after party. Any excuse to drink, which made things worse for me. The depression just kept getting worse and worse, but I kept it inside because I didn't think anybody could help me but myself. I said to myself, maybe I need another move. So I wound up transferring to West Orange Police Department. In 2014, I went to a really dark place. I couldn't get a grip on things, and things were getting worse. It was really eating me up inside. I contemplated suicide. I even went through the trouble of taking my kids out for ice cream. I took them out for dinner for ice cream and started telling them. I started saying my goodbyes in a sense, and said to them that they need to grow up, take care of things, be responsible, and help their mother, because someday I wasn't gonna be there. And that day was that same day. It just so happens that, while that was going on, my phone rang, and my sister-in-law asked me a question, and I answered back by saying that, while you're asking me for this, I'm contemplating which round I'm gonna use. Her fiance came over, and he begged me to come out of the room. I finally decided that one night I was drunk out of my mind, and I looked up. I really looked up, and I said, God, I can't do this alone. I really can't. I give it to you. I called a friend that had gone through the same situation. He came down to see me. He says, George, you have a purpose. God's got a purpose for you. Now, this is what I want you to do. There's a church right by your house. I want you to go there. I went there, and I saw Pastor Terry Smith up there. And it was almost like he was speaking to me. He mentioned Celebrate Recovery, and that it was there on Mondays. And I said, I can't believe this guy, I can't believe he's telling me this. So I already had it in my mind. I said, I'll be there. I'm going in all the way. I have to do this. At that point, in April, when I saw the people being baptized, I still didn't feel worthy, because I still felt that I did a lot of wrong things in life, and I wasn't worthy of that amazing thing. But as the more I went to Celebrate Recovery and listened to TLCC, I needed that. That was for me. That's what it was for. It was for me. And then one day, I got an email from the church. They wanted to see if I wanted to be baptized, and I was there. I said, boom, yes. The feeling was so emotional. Christian and Russell side by side praying over me. And I felt the Holy Spirit come upon me. I really did. I was born again. I was cleansed of my sins. Jesus has done this for me. I was a new person for sure. Now I can see all the blessings that God gave me. He blessed me with experiences, whether bad or good, and I can use these experiences to help others. I'm thankful for these things. I'm so thankful for my family, for my life, for my friends, for my home, for the church, TLCC, for the pastors, for everyone associated with it. I feel victorious.